as an apprentice, do you think we should be paid more in line with the minimum wage, as it is hard for me as a low-paid worker to buy my tools, travel and live as well?
How much are you on, Jack?
£95 a week.
The government shouldn't stand by as youth unemployment comes near to 1 million people across the country, but they should act. And there's simple things they can do. If they put a tax on the bonuses that are being paid to the bankers, they could use that money to put young people back to work.
But with 1 in 4 young people now out of work, tough times ahead for those just starting out. Hannah Pettifer, Anglia News, Southend.
But then if they got to buy tools and stuff on
A 26-year-old man has been remanded in custody over the death of a 6-year-old boy killed in a road accident in Essex. Joseph Ball died when he was hit by a motorbike as he crossed the road with his mother in Southend on Monday. Marek Colton from Southend is charged with causing death by dangerous driving, failing to stop and other driving offences as well.
2 men have been arrested in connection with a double murder at a traveller's site in Suffolk earlier this year. One is 38 years old, the other 28. Both are from the Mildenhall area. They're being questioned by police after the shootings at Willow Park in Beck Row. In March, officers found the body of 1 man on the ground and a second in a burning car.
Police in Essex, who spent a week following known criminals, say it's led to a 36% drop in household burglaries. Break-ins at garages, sheds and commercial buildings also fell by nearly 70% during their operation. A team of officers tracked known offenders in the Basildon area to deter them from committing crime.
Now, when it comes to promoting new music and championing new voices, there really was no one better than legendary radio presenter John Peel.
Well, John, who lived in Suffolk, died in 2004. And for the last 7 years, this day has become a celebration of his contribution and lasting legacy to the world of music.
We sent Megan Boot to the Forum in Norwich, where local bands were performing in his memory.
John Peel may have been an international broadcaster, but he was a man who made firm roots in his local community.
He had to go to London to do most of his programmes, not all of them, but most of them. And he loved coming home to East Anglia, and it was his home, it became his home, and therefore became very involved in living here, and there's lots of good music here.
There are 7 bands performing here today, and those that I've spoken to are really excited to have an opportunity to show their music on a new stage. That kind of opportunity is something that John Peel felt passionate about, and it's a legacy of his that definitely lives on here in the East.
Well, John Peel represented so much that was good about the undergrowth of the industry and new bands, and he's kept it really, even after his passing, part of music.
Open the pathway for bands, for musicians, and I think that just remains. People are never going to forget that, and I think that's just always an aspiration and an inspiration for new musicians.
For John Peel, thanks buddy.
John was a very private person in a way, and for all this to go on in his name is rather wonderful.
And how do you think he feels, seeing it?
Enormously flattered.
Last year, the John Peel Centre for the Creative Arts and Stowmarket received support from the People's Millions.
We have a cheque for £50,000!
And with the centre set to reopen next month, John's legacy is sure to live on year-round. Megan Boot, Anglia News, Norwich.
Members of the public have been helping staff at Ipswich